Hi there, this is Janet Gershensiegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. The independent author is defined as a person who does not yet have an agent. Today I am talking with cover artist Sarah Anderson. Sarah is, actually, let's start with, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, please.
All right, well, I'm Sarah Anderson, and I am Franco-American, I guess, American by passport, France by culture. Mm-hmm. And I'm a artist, scientist, bit of both, bit of everything. I'm a book lover. I think that defines pretty much everything right there. I love books, and that's what got me into everything, and that's what I live for.
Excellent. So, are you specifically trained in art? Where does that come from?
Well, my mother was an artist, or is an artist, I should say. She's a fantastic artist and has always made me love art. So I've had about 13, 14 years of studio art training in the south of France with a fantastic teacher whom I adore to bits, and just a love of art that, even if I haven't been to art school, just a love of art that couldn't be stopped. Self-trained in Photoshop, self-training in Illustrator, though a lot of designers would be able to say how fun that is. And just the love of art is what pushes me through.
Fantastic. I actually we had to use InDesign for my school. Have you been using InDesign at all?
Not much, but my sister, who is actually training as a graphic designer, she loves it. So I actually need to take the time to learn the software because I know it's really good.
Yeah, it's helpful, but one thing I've noticed about Adobe is just when you think you're learning how to do everything or you have everything under control, they decide, oh yeah, you need another program for this.
Yep.
So the way I know you is because you are the cover artist for Ronnie Virdi's Grave Beginnings and also his Grave Measures. So how did you kind of connect? How did that happen?
Well, that was actually the first official professional book cover I ever did. It was just kind of, I was looking for good books to read, and I was starting a book review blog. Recommendations, you can look it up, recommendations.com. Still been reviewing there. And I read his book and absolutely loved it. So thankfully, through the NaNoWriMo group, I was able to contact him and say, hey man, your book is fantastic. And we became friends through that. And at one point, I can't remember who started suggesting, but I said, hey, I can play around with Photoshop, see if I can make your cover a little bit better. Because his first cover wasn't getting a lot of sales. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and he was blown away, and I was actually pretty surprised I managed to pull that off. And his sales took off, and people started contacting me, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was kind of like cover art was thrust upon me, and I was like, okay, I like this, I'll go with it.
Fantastic. Because, one thing about cover art that I've noticed is part of it is certainly it's the image, it's the kind of the color scheme that you're looking for, and also it's font choice. I think that, and I've seen your covers, and you definitely put all of these elements together really nicely in a way that is professional. Now, are you doing any other big covers for Nano people or anybody else? Let us know.
I've worked with Katika Schneider, who's a pen name for someone we pretty much all know through NaNoWriMo. I've worked with Aaron Bedford. All these people have become my friends through the cover art industry, and I love them. I love their books, and I'm just so happy to be working with them. It's honestly a real pleasure to work with these amazing people.
That's terrific. So if I wanted to reach you, if I wanted to get a cover, obviously you are a professional. So this would be we would exchange. I would give you money in exchange for a cover. So and a contract, I assume. So how do I get in touch with you? How do we set that up?
Well, I have a website, sarahandersonminier.wix.com/design. I know I should probably invest in an actual address right there. But most people contact me through Facebook, because they're friends of friends. So mutuals will show up in my Facebook, and it just works like that. You just contact me, tell me what you're looking for. I'll give you a quote. I run pretty cheap because most of the time I'm just doing this for fun, honestly. Okay. And it's easy to contact me. You can contact me through other social media. I have an Instagram,
Mhm.
called Recommendations. I have a Twitter called Readcommends. I've got a Tumblr called Recommendations. You can notice the trend here. And just any type of contact, and I'll be like, hey, let's work on this.
Fantastic. And I'll make sure that any link you gave me, I will put that into the notes for this YouTube video so that people can just click and go straight there. On the flip side of this, have you ever had an instance where your cover's been pirated and you've had to deal with DMCA or anything like that? If you had to do with that?
Well, luckily, I'm very lucky. I haven't had that happen. I've had something close to that happen where I was in talks with an author, and normally we set on the contract once I set up, here's what your cover is going to look like approximately. And I make a mock-up using, the previews of images I'm probably going to use, the previews of fonts, watermark it, all safe so they can't actually take it. Well, turns out they knew Photoshop. And I did all the design work. They said, I don't want to work with you anymore. Turned around and suddenly they had a cover that was exactly what I had in mind for them.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was. And I couldn't do anything about it. And honestly, I still can't. I'm not going to name any names. But it will not happen again. Trust me on that. I have changed all my stuff to work around that now. It hurts, though. It really does.
Understandably, and this is what I want to remind viewers of, is that Sarah is an intellectual property owner and creator, just like every writer out there. I mean, and Sarah's also a writer, and if we don't respect each other's hard work, our passion, and our boundaries, for that matter, then the entire community kind of collapses. And we need to support each other. We need to work together. So is there anything else you want to tell the waiting public? Have you are you planning anything new? You got anything exciting on the horizon?
Well, I'm actually working on writing some things myself, but that's still in works, so not going to bring it up too much. Right now I'm working on some really fun book covers. You'll be seeing that on my social media. I'm kind of afraid of what I'm allowed to say because I haven't really talked it over with the artists and the authors, so we're going to wait. But I'm starting to work with my sister, who's an amazing illustrator and graphic designer, who can do some beautiful book cover work if you want character design and character art. Okay. If you check out my website that I noticed that I mentioned earlier, you'll be able to see the one that's what was it? Forest one. There was a forest one where she drew a beautiful dryad and a little dragon. And seriously, if you need a fantastic illustrator, talk to me. I'll get you in touch with her. She is great, and she does not know how to promote herself very well. She probably won't even listen to this. So, I said this.
Oh, I hope she does. Because the more we prop each other up, the more we get propped up. I mean, this is a synergistic relationship. So anyway.
Oh yeah. One of my most exciting projects isn't actually book design, but in book promotion and book photography, which sounds absolutely silly, but it works a lot when you're promoting your book. People see a beautiful cover that someone's actually reading, and it sells itself pretty much. A lot of self-published authors have been sending me their books for the past few weeks now that I'm in the US and easier to send books to. And I've been taking pictures, putting them up on the Instagram, again, which is Recommendations on Instagram. And people have been really, really enjoying it. People have been contacting me to send me their books. The problem is I'm in the US. I'm not going to be able to bring all these books home. So I think I'm going to have a blind date with a book party before I leave. It's been really fun, though. I've been reading a lot of books. I've got these huge series I get to read through. And, oh my gosh, these people are amazing authors. Seriously, the self-pub community is incredible.
Yeah, this is a very talented community. Just because people aren't traditionally published does not mean that they lack in talent at all.
Definitely. Yes, I know that's a connotation a lot of people put with self-published authors, which is why I'm trying to break that idea. I'm trying to help people realize that self-published authors are just as good and even better than some published authors.
Fantastic. Are you going to be participating in NaNoWriMo this year?
Oh, definitely.
Yay!
He's in Camp NaNoWriMo next month. I mean, I have got a slew of projects I want to work on. I've got books to edit, to write, ideas I just want to get out there. There's just, there's no stopping a person who wants to write.
Terrific. And so anyway, I think we're just about out of time. So I'd like to thank cover artist extraordinaire Sarah Anderson today, and like I said, our the links will be in the notes for this YouTube video, in order to so that you can reach Sarah and talk to her about maybe making a cover for your book. So thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.